Okay. It's Intro to Graphic Design, and it's a studio course. And I've never taught this online. We haven't taught any art classes online. We've done the Intro to or what it's like the art appreciation courses for non-majors is online. A couple of the art history courses I think have gone online, but we haven't ever done a studio course online. So there's all sorts of things that I was wondering about how we could deliver that. And normally I have 18 kids in the class. We have 18 workstations that they can sit at, and I talk for a little bit up front, maybe show a few demos, and then walk around and see what they're doing. And it's, for the other 2 hours of the class, or, maybe an hour and a half of the class, they are working on their computers, and I'm just walking around. And some, and in the face-to-face class, obviously things come up. I can sit down there and grab their computer and do things, show them things. If a bunch of them have a situation, I can jump up to the front of the class and do a little impromptu demo. And I've taught this class for, it seems like forever, so I just kind of walk in and do it. And I haven't really, the routine is down, and I understand the material enough. I just sort of, I don't want to say I sleepwalk through the class, but I walk in and I do the class. So this has been a great exercise to kind of make me intentionally understand what it is that I'm doing, and because there are some things that are obviously different about this. I thought that I had all my materials sort of prepared to take this step, and a lot of them were, and a lot of them I just kind of poured it over, but I realized that all these little stories and things that I tell and tales and demos were a lot more involved than what I realized, because I would just get in there and talk through it. So I still have some content creation to do with this. The assignments exist. All of that stuff exists. The ways that I will grade and go back and forth, that pretty much exists. I hate Blackboard. I absolutely hate Blackboard because it is so clunky for me as a designer to go and style this thing the way that I want to, the way that my materials can look at. It just, I hate it.
So how did you make it work?
Well, it doesn't work, but I code things, and so what we're seeing here, I can go in and the RD 231 that shows up is, the title is this. It's HTML code pasted in there. Let's start here, doesn't apply.
You can do inline CSS with this?
Yeah, you can, which is a real pain in the...
It is. And normally faculty will not even...
Yeah.
but that does make it look really unique, very artistic.
Yeah, I know you can do that, though. I'm very impressed. Yeah. So.
Yeah. It's almost easier to... No, it would be way easier to create my own web pages to do this. But then also there's kind of the little ownership thing of this. If I'm creating this class, I may not always be able to teach it. If I'm creating my own web page, I've got to put it on my own server, and then other people, there's just all of that.
I think there is a way to upload like a set of linked pages into one of these like
Well, I can use Dreamweaver to format things, and I'll jump ahead a little bit to this is created in Dreamweaver that I just copy the HTML in. But
if anybody's interested in doing such things, you may be able to help you.
But is this in one of your draft sites? This isn't a live course yet, right?
this is not a live course, but
Have you tried to move it to a live course yet? Will it stay?
this is from
Good point.
that's from a live course. Yeah, I did. The live course doesn't look quite like this. Yeah, it will stay.
What happened, I think what Roseanne suggested is that sometimes when you have one portion set up and you import all the material into the real, because you're building in the spare course site. And then when you dump it over, a lot of the code doesn't carry over. So, but oh, it does.
It does.
Okay.
For that individual page, you have to like delete all the other stuff around it, but that's still there. That's cool.
Okay. That looks great.
Yeah.
Well, that's this semester's course. So,
We just bring everybody into a different level of course design.
yeah, but here's the difference. I mean, from my,
Professional team.
I thought I was all good. You know, I thought that I'd just port this over. But what I've learned is that just the way that I'm presenting information, when I can sit there and explain and call this up on board and say, yeah, go to files and stuff. Everything is right here, and I can point to it on board. They can follow along, and I can't do that with the online. So I've had to do a lot of additional redesigning and thinking through the way all this stuff goes together. And so I haven't made nearly, I figured I'd be done. I'm not done. So get back to this. But I've been writing the HTML part of this because I teach web design as well. And so I've been doing this part of it for a number of years.
And take your time. There's really no rush of getting it done at a certain time. It just,
So, I mean, this is a different interface of what the students are going to be introduced to. And so I'm not going to be there. Well, it's just the choice of how I decided to structure this. In a way, it's similar to what I do with the face-to-face courses, but everything is just kind of organized here. But then, in case it's not really as intuitive as I think it is, my big little arrow, and then I sort of explain what is in the contents, what's in the syllabus, the calendar, the assignments, files, and stuff, my contact information. All the different ways they can get a hold of me. I'm not going to ask them to follow me on Twitter, but I really hope they do because I'm going to catch Dr. Bennett on followers. But I'm not quite there yet. I'll get her. And
Everybody follow him.
yeah, everybody follow me. Yeah. And then for this landing page, I've got a couple of videos of what do designers do, and these are things that I've recorded. I'll start one just so you can see what distance, isn't it?
And it may be important you put a password with your video as well so student will know. Oh, good, you have it.
So, it's all compressed, isn't it? Yeah, it is all compressed. It's,
Or you can click on the link underneath. That will.
well, it's still, it's the projector.
It's squeezing the
Yeah,
frame.
horizontal, yeah. It's not the same aspect.
All right, so what exactly does a graphic designer do anyway? Well,
And I'm-
I've got a little demo up here, or sort of a little chart, maybe an infographic, old school infographic.
We don't have to go through that, but I've got a bunch of videos I've recorded because I spent so much of my time kind of talking to these guys that I made little drawings on the whiteboard, and well, this one though is kind of a standard thing that I started the semester with. I've got a little talk that I would project it up there, but I drew it out on the whiteboard and just set up the camera and recorded it. It ends up being almost over a half hour long. It's split up into two, but it introduces and leads them through it. And there's like two stages. I think the way they can design on a computer is graphic design, but actually getting something published is so much more. So I start off with this little thing, and then I go to expand the camera out, and I've got this whole big board filled of stuff that comes after this class is over. So I've got a bunch of these kind of videos. Did I lose my?
the first one. Yeah.
There we go. Okay. So 2 parts to this for that introductory video. And that's sort of, this is where they start each page or each time they log on to the course. Then it should be pretty intuitive to them with that. They can go to the syllabus. My syllabus is laid out. This is something I got from Becky. The hierarchy wasn't there. We didn't know where to start. So I put a big 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and leading them all through this. The syllabus has some rules about the course, what's required for the course, what they need to bring to the course, what I expect from them. I have an overview of what the projects are, and then sort of a breakdown of how they're going to be evaluated throughout the course, what the evaluations are based on, something about participation, my late work and makeup policy, which is they can't turn anything in late or they just get a 0. And then some of the template stuff, the boilerplate stuff that has to be on every syllabus, and my attendance policy. And I didn't know what to do with this, but because I have the attendance policy in my face-to-face class, so I kind of made I quote attendance, and it's really just doing the work, participating in the discussion boards and things like that, and sort of having some fun with the word attendance. The calendar I separate out from the syllabus, even though sort of in the discussions it was all calendar syllabus, the same thing, but I've just never thought of it like that. So I'm like refusing to think of it like that, but I've got it listed right underneath that and I've broken it down week 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And I didn't put dates on here. I used to put dates on here because
But that means
then I
call it every semester to change.
Right. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, exactly. I can go in here and I can type and highlight this part and change it that. But Blackboard then adds a lot of extra little
Another alternative
spans.
could be you've got this whole structure set out, and then you will create a Google Calendar that allow you to move things around, and then embed it somewhere.
I could, but I don't like the design of a Google Calendar, so that's why.
You can choose a calendar that you like to think but,
Yeah.
but in that way, you don't have to manually update it. But that's just a alternative. But
Yeah.
if you put a week number there, students should be able to know.
That's, yeah. I mean, the dates change a little bit year to year, and in my face-to-face class, I still kind of go in and change those dates, but I just decided here I'd go ahead and take it off and just
And
make it a little more.
maybe give it a weekly reminder
Yeah,
kind of announcement thing. Then this week we're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. As a reinforcement.
well, and I've got some reinforcements, some duplication in here. I've got this sort of color-coded too with the gray and the blue and the red. Just generic stuff that they have to do, and then stuff that are about the assignments and things that are due. And then when we get in, and that holds true throughout, all the weeks, some of the stuff I don't, as we get further into the class, it's more project-oriented stuff, and there's not as much of the generalized background information that I'm giving them. So I've got to delete some of these later on. But the entire calendar is laid out this way. And then the assignments then, I've got a little formatting to do with this because I'm still moving things around. I've also got notes to myself in here that will show up right here. I turned them off for you guys.
How do they submit assignments?
They will go to the assignment. And after this, I've got the week 1, week 2, week 3 materials that are related to this assignment. Now there's some overlap in week 3, that's when assignment 2 will kick in. But during week 1, I sized them so to help build that hierarchy as well. And in here, then I've got it broken and I'm using the same color coding. So the readings, video discussion, important class stuff can be found under here. And in that first week, part of it they did right away before they went into the assignments. But I've got a little handout. It's a little PDF handout about what I'm talking about with thumbnail layouts. Yeah.
Where did you style the navigation menu? Did you do that in like the teaching style?
This,
Yeah, like all those things. Like,
yeah. Back out of it.
I still don't know, like, do they upload files, their assignment to you?
Yeah.
Blackboard? And you somehow hide the icons, that's why.
Yeah, I don't like the icons either.
Right, which make your page really fun. But you may want to write a little, because I see one place in submit assignments, you may want to write a little blurb underneath, say, click on this link to upload your assignment, because sometimes students are so,
Well,
no, because they are so familiar with the icon. Right?
yeah, maybe. I think I'm addressing that. I just got distracted before I answered your question.
Sorry.
So no, you distracted me.
I'm sorry.
Here, like under syllabus, to style that, under edit, whatever I put up here
Will also carry over.
carries over there.
That's very cool.
This is how I teach some of mine. You can show faculty about your creativity. This is amazing. But I can
Okay.
see a lot of work and time you have put it in to make the core design learning management system works for you.
Okay, so to your question, week 1 materials, the generalized stuff, I've got some more other tutorials and things and screen captures of when I'm working in the computer, designing with, or, working with InDesign. I've got some, the instructions about what I want them to do. The creating templates is a screen capture from InDesign. And then this is a little demo of me actually drawing on the computer with the camera coming over my shoulder. After they've read through those, they can the assignment submission and upload links are here. And this is where they would just upload their
Oh,
files.
that's great.
So here's a question that I have, though, is that, as I said earlier, I'm using peer reviews for this, especially for the thumbnail stages. They're doing a lot of drawings, and I just want them to kind of parse that down into just a few. And I don't have to. I will spend the entire 2 hours of the class going around to each individual student working through that. And I'll do that in the face-to-face. And the upload, it's even more time consuming to do it online. So I have them use the discussion boards, and I'll create little groups. So of anywhere from 4 to 6, 3 to 6 maybe, of students in the class that will then go and review each other's stuff. So I've got these discussions set up already. The balance and emphasis thumbnail peer review, this would be the first one that they would do. And so I've got the instructions here of what I want them to do. And when I set it up as a group, they will be able to upload their own thumbnail, either JPEG files or PDF files. And then in a small group, they can look at, it's still going to be a lot for them to look at, but they will do it themselves. And I'm going to participate in this to help them through the first couple of ones. So I say in here that I'll be monitoring and adding my own thoughts to this initial discussion. I'm going to do it a second time with the second round of thumbnails that we do. Again, I'll be monitoring and adding my own thoughts. And even with the rough layouts, again, I'll be monitoring and weighing in on this discussion. We have 7 assignments that we're doing through this. After this first one, I'm going to start backing off so that I'll be able to spend my time concentrating and commenting on their finished work and let them be working through the decision-making processes on the earlier part of it. So, you know, right here, nothing's been turned in yet, so I've got a little more time, I think, to be able to do that. My question is, I don't know how to link to the discussion boards. I would like to be able to create a link in Blackboard from I'd like to be able to jump around in Blackboard a lot easier than I can. I would like to be able to put the discussion board link
Good.
unduplicated right here.
If you go to build content, on the top black bar, in the middle,
To the
I'm
right,
sorry.
to the right.
Yeah, move a little more, right, oh,
Down, down.
Oh, right here, right here.
Yeah, I think there's something of course link at the bottom of the left column. Yes, and then you will be able to click on browse and then locate that particular discussion board. So if you scroll it down, I think it's all the way down to the discussion. Where's the discussion?
It's up a little
Oh,
bit
it's
from,
on a little bit top. Yeah, right there. So we.
Okay, so I could-
Yes. You could easily do, and then maybe you
Oh.
change the title. There's a name. You want to change that name, how it appears,
okay.
and then go click on submit. It's right there.
Boom.
Obviously,
Oh,
hide the
that's,
icon.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly, because I want that kind of duplication. Because, you know, it's going to be in this discussion board, but I also I want them, while they're here, I want them to go here to submit all their work.
Yeah.
And be used to going to there to submit all their work. And I want them to be able to submit all their work right there.
One thing to note here, if you move the original,
Then that link is,
yeah, it'll create dead links and things.
yeah.
There's also a tool to check for dead links in Blackboard in that event, but that's just something to be aware of.
Okay.
If you do a lot of the customization, I think that tool can be useful.
Yeah.
But overall, the design is it's very impressive.
Yeah.
I never see any faculty in my 15, 16 years of instructional design faculty. I never see faculty like really, just go into the code and read. This is really, really, really excellent. I really appreciate your sharing. Anybody have
Okay.
any thoughts or feedback for Chuck? Or Chuck, do you have any other question or dilemma? You don't know which one will be better for your students, then your peers can happen to provide some ideas.
It's all a crapshoot right now because I have no idea. We've never done a studio class. I've talked to other faculty around the country too, and people are doing hybrid courses, and some of them are saying, no, you can't do this online.
That's
So I don't
why
know.
paper about this process.
So we'll see. Maybe I can write a paper about how stupid it was at the end of next semester.
The only thing I would say, and I guess it's just me after having done this for 12 years, is I also have to think about what you are willing and able to troubleshoot in terms of your innovative design. Because a good portion of the time, it is up to you to figure out what the problem is.
Right.
So thinking,
Are you talking about like
yeah,
this
in terms of
design?
the different, in terms of the technological innovations that you're using, and in terms of if you're linking things to different places, think about what's going to be manageable for you based on the workload in the course and the number of students that you have. Because this is wonderful, but that would be my one concern, is because it'll likely be up to you in some instances to figure out what the problem is, even when it's on the student's end.
I think it may be it may be helpful if you have some sort of video overview to talk about the navigation, or even some sort of weekly announcement to say, this week you're going to do that, you can have you find it. But, I think it's very well structured in a way that I can see his assignment is kind of integrated with where the content is. So I don't think students will have trouble finding things. What I think is that students, are sort of brainwashed and set their expectation of how Blackboard is supposed to look like. So they may look at these icons to find high familiarity. So if there's only link without any language underneath say what that link is, they may have trouble finding it, even though they see it there. So if you can just have one sentence say, click here to upload your assignment, that's all you need, then I don't think it will be a problem.
Here,
Yes.
if you're going to be graded on it, it can be found under here. Let's see, under assignments, assignment briefs, instructional videos, links to discussion boards, links for submitting your work.
What
Can all be
year are
found
your
here.
students usually, like,
These are freshmen and sophomores. Some juniors if they're late transferring into the program, but
they
most,
need
and
some
some, this is an interdisciplinary course now with the web dev minor. So we get some students that are from outside of art that are picking this up as juniors and seniors and communication majors and stuff.
well, benefit from freshmen that they may not have a used it to Blackboard environment. So that could be a benefit, but at the same time, freshmen tend to need more hand-holding. The extra reminders here and there, because they're in the class with you, sitting in front of the computer, you can get to it right away. But the online student, they may, I think some students may have a misconception of the online course is easier.
Oh, yeah.
And, which
Yeah.
is totally not true. So you are gonna find half of your student would really be motivated by your excellent design and really become, you play a role model, really just kind of show how the graphic design is really all about by presenting a wonderful Blackboard design. But at the same time, I can probably predict that the other half of the class, you may not hear from that right away. So how do you catch and get that student engagement right away at the first week of class to get that excitement happen? I think it will determine their learning experience for the rest of the semester. But we can certainly continue to support you and provide consultation throughout the time while you're teaching it and provide some, ideas to address the ad hoc, issue that pops out and run the first time. Because I always say 3 times is a charm. You almost have to teach a new online course 3 times to kind of feel the niche. So don't get frustrated by the first time. Anyone teach the first time, no matter how experienced you are, there's some surprises that may not be predicted. So any other suggestion for Chuck or feedback? And wonderful. So let's give Chuck another applause. Thank you very much for sharing.